Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a slightly different Wilfred Taylor Reserve. The clouds have rolled in. It is trying to rain. My name, as usual, is Dave Webb. Looking forward to this one. Joined in commentary today by Tyrone Tapayo. And sorry, Bluey, I've got your nickname. I've forgotten your actual. Do people refer to you as your real name at all, or is it just always Bluey?
No, just when I'm in trouble.
So we can't wait for this one. So, gentlemen, South versus Burnside, we've just seen that happen. We'll come to that in a minute. Third grade, Burnside versus Barossa. 1 point in it, Burnside win. Women's, Old Collegians versus Adelaide University. 3 points in it, Old Collegians win. Reserve grade that we've just seen, the entree, the amuse-bouche, if you will, for this one. Burnside versus Souths, 1 point in it, Burnside win. There is some big shoes to fill for this game.
There is absolutely, it's massive. It's a big occasion. You got 4 playing 1. There's almost a little bit of a voodoo on this one here, where most of these games on pitch 1 you've seen those four place players beat number 1, but
it feels like a day of the underdog. In fact, the reserve grade game was only the only one. Oh, no, I think Burnside Barossa in the thirds was the other one that had been.
Yes.
That had gone to league, which was 1 versus 4. You can see on your screen as well, Inoki Bully Rua, 200 games. Congratulations, young man. He is the number 6, one of my absolute favourite people in the world. Speaking of my favourite people in the world, it's nice to see Callum Walton back on the live stream. I haven't seen him play for a while. I haven't seen young Callum play for a while.
Where's he been? Is he actually eligible? I think we're going to go check this out.
I've got a feeling that everybody is eligible. I've got a feeling the staff at Rugby Union South Australia are right on top of that, Tyrone.
Of course they are. Well done, team. Well done. And here we go.
Oh, there we go. You can see us now. We are out in the elements. I'm actually about to put the umbrella up. There we go.
Killed everybody.
It's spitting. I don't think it's going to cause us too much of a problem. The track is absolutely wonderful out there.
It is, bro. It's nice and dry, nice and firm, ready for some good fast rugby. A little bit of a drizzle, which might kind of play in the hands a little bit, but I think once these two teams get settled, it's going to be a cracker.
Well, brand new Rhino balls for the, what are we now, 4 or 5 years that they've been the equipment suppliers for the finals and Rugby Union South Australia. And I also should mention that this is the AMA Security Final Series. They are out and about this afternoon, and all of the local food trucks and coffee vans, and finals is a great time of year. It's a wonderful time of year.
Mate, great camaraderie. People are having a blast. The crowds and their clubs in each specific corner are cheering on other teams. It's a great
and
great
rugby
day.
Has been absolutely outstanding today, and we are underway.
Don't forget to mention the wind is going to play a crucial part in the second half of this game, and Burnside are running into the wind in the first half. Earlier today, the wind was equivalent to a 3-try breeze, so we'll see what happens.
So we are off and running, and Souths are going to have first bite of the cherry. Wiggett will find Bully Rua. He is met hard by Sambrook and one other. Just trying to see who that is. It's Blair Marshall.
Blair Marshall, yep.
Snoopy's got his whistle out already.
So we'll pass on that.
Love you, Snoop.
We love our referees. Best back of the year. I can't remember whether it's president or chairman, the trophy. But our best back of the year, Keanu Eliipa, is out there.
He is indeed. Yep, wearing number 12 today.
Wearing number 12 today, so that'll be a good one. South's fairly quiet on the awards night.
Yes.
On Wednesday night.
Yep. No, they were indeed. Obviously, well done to Reece Good in regards to his recipient for receiving Don Smith.
They weren't that quiet, though. Dave, in the aspect of Chris Graham picking up Coach of the Year.
Thank you. There you go. They did get Coach of the Year, the important one. So I wish I'd been there.
Yeah, weren't you the MC?
Yeah. But still a quiet night. Only the one trophy. That's not like South, so you normally pick up other ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Couple of women's ones here, but so here we go. First, second set piece, isn't it? Second set piece.
Second set piece. First scrum of the day.
Yep.
Just having a look who we got on this side. I think we got Samuel. I can't see who's hiding behind. Is it? It's headgear on, so it's not going to be Samuel. It's going to be Stan Nodjovic. No.
No, you got Sammy here.
Who's on this near side?
Yeah, Sammy.
Matiaha. Am I saying that right?
Kware.
Kware.
Yeah, Kware is his first name, or Ku. No, not Ku, sorry.
No, Ku's wandering around here somewhere.
Well, hopefully Ku's actually doing some work, right? But yeah,
He has been. I've seen him working today. Ku, he's been on the barbecue.
Yeah, no, Kware is his younger brother.
Great ball by Leon out to Winston.
First time we've seen them come into midfield. Haven't seen much of Burnside this year, so I'm looking forward to it. Walton will put the ball on the boot. It's going to dribble its way forward, but Grebenshikov will just see it out. Now, normally, you know me, I would have a go at forwards kicking, but Callum came up as a fullback.
He did indeed.
So he's got actually quite a cultured left foot on him. So I think if you ever give a forward license to kick, it's Callum.
Oh, look, we wouldn't say that too loudly, though. He knows that.
He knows me.
Jeez, can't tell him
I
too
probably
much.
wouldn't say it to his face.
No, absolutely.
Happy to compliment him on a live stream.
Are you going to buy him a drink later on as well,
No.
there, Dave? Or?
No, not at all. Lamsound will send it into midfield. Then they will just try and chip it through. Grebenshikov tries to come across. They finally got something on it over there. Seths. Waisu over there managed to tidy it up. And they will clear.
Still, both teams just feeling each other out at the moment. Just a little bit of set piece, a little bit of inconsistency at the moment.
It's probably what you would expect from a final.
Oh, you would.
The last couple of finals we've seen, it's all been a little bit Scarum and helter-skelter to begin it. But certainly as we get this one underway, they're just sort of feeling each other out. Couple of jabs.
It is. Well, here we go now. It's Burnside's first line out.
Walton again. Out to Eliapa. Short ball for Marshall. Couldn't quite get hold of it. We did talk about the drizzle and the ball handling. Apparently it's going to be even worse tomorrow. Reports of hail.
Hail?
Tomorrow.
Oh, I might have to leave the commentary for you after this, bro. Oh, no way.
So it is Fred Samuel on this near side, taking on Matiaha.
Hey, Dave, how come you're the only one who gets the umbrella, mate?
The umbrella's not actually for me. The umbrella is for the screen.
Run with that, mate.
I'm going to, because that's what it's for. There's an umbrella not being used there, if you want to ask him.
No, he's using the umbrella to hide his folder.
Well, yeah.
It makes it easier, because the refs can't see anyway if he's got the umbrella in the way.
He's on fire today, mate.
Yeah.
And here we go. We're going to have another ref sitting right in front of the table.
He's going to try and
get your ass over there.
So Wigan at the back. We'll look this side to Save. Save looking for a gap. Likes what he sees against Hodel. Takes two of them to bring him down.
Oh,
good start at the moment. Kiru Brown was all over the top of it. Hands in the ruck.
Oh, that was so
Was he second in? Yeah, I think he was second in.
Second in, yeah. If he'd actually left it to the original tackler there.
Yeah, he did it.
Mate, he was on.
The winger was okay.
See, clear release.
So that's okay, he's in.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. Rag Russell straight onto the ball, and now old young Kieran comes off from the side.
Oh, missed the kick, which is unfortunate. Clearance away.
Some might call that
Hade Tamai. Underneath it. Hands on again. Oh, a little bit of footwork there from... is that Will? Is that Jacob Will wearing the number 4?
No, Jeff Bracken.
Oh, I can't tell. Now I know
Jacob Will's wearing number 7.
He's got the green headgear.
He does indeed.
Jeff Bracken's got the silly headgear.
Tackle made there by Leon.
Oh, and Isoa will go to the line. Both the Ranavusa boys attacking the line.
Burnside doing great work in regards to contesting at the rucks and every ruck so far.
Yes, Sambrook will look to Jackal as well. He can't beat the clean out. Wiggett again. That's gone backwards off Bracken, but Mr. Jackson has seen something. So we've got Mr. Jackson in the middle. On this near side is David gunning. I always thought it was Davo, but apparently his mother turned up and she calls him David. And over on the far side, Johan Pina.
Oh, okay.
It's hit him, so they'll probably start with the scrum south ball, I imagine.
Yep, absolutely. playing to the attacking team. What is South's got at this moment here? You got Hare Tumai, you got Luke coming into the back line here.
I wouldn't want to leave my backfield too exposed at the moment. They're away again, and Tamai tries to get around the outside. That's a wonderful take on the inside from Immelman.
It was.
Absolutely outstanding work. Isoa's got a little bit of claret coming out of the top of his head. They're going to have to sort that out. They pointed at the post early. It's an incredible take from Immelman in this weather.
Good coverage by Burnside, though. 4 players within that mark there to shut that opportunity down.
Didn't see what the penalty was for. Did you get a signal?
No, it was a mark.
No, he's got a penalty. They're kicking a goal.
Oh, yeah.
It must have been a scrum penalty, but it's, yeah, could have been anything, really.
Just trying to think on what happened on that side of the field there, actually, to be honest with you. It was only a scrum, wasn't it?
You can see the South's faithful in the background.
Yeah, look at that, eh? You got a couple over there, you know, from that have moved over from Queensland and still think it's Queensland weather. Wearing singlets and jandals.
What are jandals?
No, the things you put on your feet. No, they're
Shoes.
not. No, they're not called thongs, because thongs is what you put on your bum. Okay, jandals on your feet. Everyone else there will know exactly what I'm talking about. What do you call them over in England?
Flip-flops.
Bro, jandals sound so much better. Flip-flops.
That's how the English language
Did
works.
you
They
just
describe
thought them too? You just thought that as well. Oh.
So no good, and it will be a 22 after all of that. I've been here long enough to realise just how silly flip-flops is.
Bro, there you go. Told you. Flip-flops.
Just flip-flop or the English language?
Well,
Ooh, bro, this guy's hard
I
on
know,
you at the moment,
he's
isn't he?
coming out all guns blazing.
Boom.
I got told from my last commentary I didn't have enough banter, so I'm trying
Oh, okay.
Well, you've joined the right team, bro.
Charged down one-handed by Stanojevic. Stanojevic, and it's not the soft C. So
Yeah.
Burnside will look to try and work a way out. Lamsam goes without it. Bracken manages to take it. Seems to be a little bit of a renaissance for Jeff Bracken. Haven't seen him in or around the A-grade squad for a while, but he seems to have cemented himself there for the finals. And they're going to go with the first knock-on, which was Lamsam. Back to his more usual role of back row.
Back row, yep.
It's a strong arm, a strong armpit from Stevie.
I reckon, bro, maybe there was more the smell that deterred the ball than his
dear.
armpit, you know, so. But, you know, Stevie's going to claim credit for that later on, eh? Did you see that charge?
He wasn't
down
even
there?
looking.
No, I know. It was like a, hey, high five. Here we go again.
So
What is South
scrum
got?
in a good position. There's a massive blind side as well for South, but it's the wrong side of them to do any back row move. They'd be running right into Immelman. Going to reset the scrum. The pitch is good. Did you play earlier? Did you play in the 3rd grade, or have you just been...
No, those who can't do teach, bro.
Okay. All right. Those who can't teach, commentate.
Okay, I'm out here, I'm out.
I'm talking about me. I'd be surprised if they were losing the footing, is what I'm trying to say. Isoa again will put it behind. Wilkes is, well, he's done well. Read the bounce eventually. Save will fire into the tackle. Hodel decides he's going to try and pick and go. Fights really hard to get to ground and gets there eventually. Box kick will go. Counter attack can come, but again a good challenge from Immelman.
Good tackle as well, followed his box kick up.
Wiggett.
Very similar scenes in this match where in the reserve grade, South had the ball in the first 20, 25 minutes and put their points on, and this game is replicating that.
Oh, Callum.
Great jackal from Walton. Yeah, and then hands are not holding weight.
Yeah, I was going to say that there. You obviously, when you go for the ball there, you've got to make sure that you're able to survive the clean out. And obviously, in that instance there, Callum had hands on the ball, rightfully so, but then just fell straight back over.
So they're going to
Such an
point.
old law, though, bro.
What was it?
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got hands on the ball and you can test for that ball, you win the right to the penalty.
Yeah, but you've got to survive the clean out, though, don't
No,
you? Don't
no,
you?
you don't.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do not need to survive the clean out as long as you're lifting the ball up and going through. You can't put your hands in front of the ball and drag your hands back to pick it up.
Yep.
But you do not have to survive the clean out.
But do you also? But then don't you have to support your own weight and not support your weight on the ball?
Say that again, sorry?
Don't you have to also support your own weight and not have the ball support your body weight?
Well, that's hard when you're bending over to pick. You've just got to be able to pick it up.
Yes, I got you on that one, eh, sucker. Hey, you got to pull it up first so you can't put your body weight on it, eh? See, the referee's there. Stop making me look so bad.
I mean, gentlemen, that was absolutely
that by
riveting.
yourself,
But let's go back to rugby. Sarve will have a look at just putting the first 3 points on the board.
Second attempt.
See whether he's learned anything. It looks good off the boots. The flags go up. He definitely did learn something. So 3 points to 0. South's way, 12 minutes gone on the Wojtek scoreboard.
You missed him though.
Again, teams, look, no clear dominant person at the moment. Momentum is swinging between both teams evenly.
They both look, I mean, the first couple of minutes, I mean, there's been no bye. Nobody's had a bye. They just gone a little bit of each other's way then. Sagari, and Wiggett, but no harm done. So will sit at the back. Grubeshnikov will clear. Didn't have a great day with the boot the last time we saw him, Grubeshnikov. I mean, still won the game by over 100 points, so let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, it's true.
The Burnside line out, it looks, I mean, you've got the twin towers of Marshall and Walton back. It's going to be a very impressive line out today.
Absolutely. And look, great structure on that maul there.
Yeah.
Still holding their shape.
And they're getting to go. They've gone again. They've got the second shove on. Still going.
Is that Twin Towers reference to September 11th today, Dave Webb?
No, it wasn't. Kyria trying to find a way through. Grubeshnikov comes away with it.
Unlucky referee signals are offside from Souths.
Or lucky, depends on your perspective.
Just to stop it, and I'm not sure whether it's got worse, the cut on Isoa's head, or is it a second one?
It was actually
the one in the middle was there before.
So it's a contact coming through now. So it was on the previous ruck, so we've missed that.
Yeah, so the penalty there is for offside.
Yeah, this is the second one, so he's got two. He's got, almost looks like a graze, like a friction kind of cut in the middle, and then he's got another one on the left-hand side.
Looks like he's looking to the bench to be to obviously be a blood bin.
He looks sore already. He's holding ribs as well.
He has. He's actually been carrying that injury for the last few weeks there. So actually, the 2 games leading into this finals here, he actually took that time off to try and get as much recovery time as he could under his belt. But
ribs are horrible,
mate. You can't do anything with them.
Yeah, but they taste good on lamb.
Pork, bro. Pork. Better on pork.
So Wilkes is going to look to even up the ledger.
There's a nice butcher up in Harndorf that actually does chicken ribs, and you think there's not meat there, but they're actually quite delicious.
So I believe too, Dave Webb, both of these teams, while we are going for this, while Burnside going for the penalty, I think actually both these clubs, Souths and Burnside, are celebrating 75 years
this year
as well. Yeah, both clubs. So it's a fantastic milestone for both clubs.
You brought out the old OG jersey, didn't you? As Wilkes will absolutely hammer that one through. I know there's been a lot of stuff that has gone on Burnside. I keep seeing things pop up on Facebook with bits of stuff.
So when's the Burnside 75th anniversary?
October 4th.
October 4th.
Yeah.
Souths have theirs on 24th of September. Be managed to secure Sukupi Kipu as one of their guest speakers, and I believe Burnside have got Nick Farr-Jones.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not going to make it. It's something we've seen a lot today. I don't know whether they've added an extra metre onto the 10-metre line from last week, but everyone seems to be dropping it short.
Is there much wind out there right now, though?
It doesn't feel, I mean, we've got the Rugby Union flag over there.
Yeah.
It looks to be about it. It has swapped around. It was going left to right this morning.
Now it's more east to west, eh?
Everybody's a critic.
Did you get that one today?
I did, yeah. Swapped around means it's now going the other way. I kind of, I'm having a tough afternoon, Tyrone.
Mate. Here we go, Burnside in for the feed.
Solid from Burnside. Certainly look like they've got the scrum sorted out. Blair Marshall makes Kyria absolutely dive for it and has been turned over. Wiggett will find Sagari. He is met hard, gets the offload away to Stanojevic. Better body position than I've seen from him in a while. Are Tamai, flat ball off the chest, managed to bring it back in. The early change has been made. It's going to come back their way.
Ooh. That ball is proven to be a lot more slipperier than what we anticipated.
It is, and there's that left foot from Walton again, and it's not a bad kick. The chase is coming.
The drama is when you get new balls, they come with a protective film and come across this foot. So what you actually need to do is play a game with them first, or just have a couple of hours of training to get them actually in good condition before you use those new balls.
I think they've been used all day. I'm not entirely sure. Don't think they're brand new for the match.
Oh,
it's bouncing around. Just been handed one, and you're right, I don't think they have been scrubbed off. I used to get Brillo pads.
Yep.
I used to use Brillo pads and clean them off.
Mate, Souths were extremely lucky here on this one here. A little bit of a charge down, ball bobbled here and there. You see here the two players hugging each other to try and get access to the ball.
No one's getting it in. I thought he was trying to eat it then. He doesn't get there.
No.
And then there was a little bit of an exchange of pleasantries again. There was certainly some conversation between Save and the Burnside winger. I'm just going to try and find that young man's name.
Kyra Hui.
That's him, Kyra Hui. There was a little bit of conversation between those two.
Just like to do a shout out to Kai's siblings, Taj and Manaya, both being picked up in the Redlegs for Norwood for AFL.
Oh, well, there you go.
Understanding it's the wrong code, but
there's no accounting for taste.
Yeah.
But congratulations to them. There will always be a home for them in rugby, though, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Scrums, Dave, been pretty even so far.
I feel Burnside have got the upper hand. When it's their put in, they're absolutely solid and they're causing South's problems.
Just got to make sure you get a bit more of a clean ball at the back of those scrums.
Yeah, and you know, I think we're spot on. It's the first wet weather footy that we've had today, really, and the balls are slippery. And there we go. We see an example of it. It's going backwards. So Wiggett did very well. Full arm bind, I think that signal was. Unbound too early. Yeah, but I think Souths need to sort that scrum out, otherwise it's going to be a long day at the office for them.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'd just like to apologise. Our 75th is actually on the 2nd of October.
2nd?
Yeah, not the 4th. And it's actually the same birthday as Greg English, who is our El Presidente at the moment as well. So
happy birthday, Mr. Greg, for the 2nd of October.
Yeah, hopefully Marilyn Monroe sings him a song. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Marilyn Manson. What the heck? No, you got issues, man. Oh, Bluey, eh?
Well, Greg did like his heavy metal in his younger days, so it wouldn't be out of place.
Well, that would probably make up for why he doesn't have so much hair on his head anymore, eh, old young Greg?
It's too much testosterone. I was talking to Steve Stanojevic about this.
Oh, yeah, well, he's got enough to hand off to anybody.
The more testosterone you have, the more likely you are to go bald.
Is that your story, Dave?
Well, it's scientific fact, but we'll go with that. See in the background, all collegians taking on, that's a
Barossa Uni.
Barossa Uni. On the shoelaces of Isoa, who's come back with us, so it must have just been a blood replacement. Didn't see any cards handed out. 8 interchanges for the Premier grade today. Stanojevic. Again, much better body shape. Maybe you listened to what I said. Still just taking it off at bite-sized chunks at the moment. Oh, and then they go. Grebenchikov gets it away. Inside to Wiggett. Can't quite keep it in. Fraser Green looked to soccer pass it back to Wilkes.
Mate, again, just another reason of why that ball just popping out ever so slowly.
I mean, if I was the coaches, I'd be asking for the balls that we used last week, to be honest, because they are absolutely brand new. There is a used one around. Let's see whether we can sneak that one into play.
See, that was a great play by young Luke there. Luke's coming of age. In his junior years, he actually used to play lock. He obviously went over to uni.
So he's just done the reverse Callum.
Mate, reverse Callum, right? Absolutely. And coming behind that play there on the blind side with a nice feed.
So that's the under-18s, one of the under-18 semi-finals over there. And Barossa, Old Coles are winning that one 26 points to 10. Max Hotel will try and find a way as a boot is discarded away. Not sure whose it is. Someone will have to go and retrieve it. It's Max's.
Max's.
It's a technical foul in basketball, that.
Good pressure by Jacob Wills right up on there.
Penalty. I think it's an offside.
Diving over.
Yeah.
Good pressure by young Jacob Wills here.
It's not a bad shot. I'm trying to find out. So number 20 for Burnside is, it's not Chris Walton.
No, it's Zach Ellis.
Zach Ellis.
Yeah, he's been wearing the number 20 all year, Dave.
Well, they put it on the
team sheet.
They put it on the team sheet.
I'll tell you, those Burnside people, they're professor, they're educated, and they can't even get their bloody numbers right.
You know, like the coaches stick with on-fielders, the managers does stuff to do the off-field. So, shout out to Fez.
The line out in a really good position for Burnside. Walton will take it, sacked very, very early from Bracken. That's the experience of the man.
Stevanovic is on the ball there.
It's an absolute mess, but it was a maul, so it's all okay. Iliapa shows it inside, gives it to Green. Green will try and find a way through. Immelman, Walton, over the top to Samuel. Samuel, inside to Marshall, forward.
Yeah, unlucky there, Sammy, that ball. Again, just slipping out of the hands.
Almost very, very good. Found himself, I mean, what was he, 8, 9, 10 meters out?
Yep, look at that.
Thought he was going to just put his head down and finish. I know most of the front row union. I don't even think like the opposition front row union would begrudge a prop scoring
no,
on the way.
Ever since the Dane, Sean Fitzpatrick back in the old days of All Blacks, and then old Dane Coles coming through. Right, they expect to score tries on the wings now. They prop some locks or hookers.
Dan Cole's actually started on the wing. He moved to hooker because he couldn't get a gig.
Grabenshikov will exit. Green will pick it up and send it to Wilkes. Wilkes looks out this near side, finally gets Kira. Little step through, a good pick up from Grabenshikov. Oh, managed to get rid of it before he was bundled into touch. Brace will get ball and man at the same time. He's a tough little cookie, that man. High. Managed to get rid of that before he went into touch, which he does. It's really good work. And then, yeah, just caught him over the shoulder. Yep, great camera work. We all went quiet while we were watching it. But it's funny, you know, like, guarantee, if you ever go and watch a rugby training, go to a rugby training night, I can guarantee you it's going to be the front three that will be out early, dropping goals from 40 metres out.
Always is the case.
Practicing the three-man miss pass.
No, 100%, absolutely. Probably doing a skip pass and wrap around.
Yeah. Drop goals from in front, 40 metres out.
Make Mike Dunning proud, Matt Dunning from the Waratahs.
Inside ball and just cold dropped it. I think we might signal to the referees and get the older one in there.
It is, isn't he?
We managed to get the old one in rotation.
And they're still making errors.
Yeah, that's all on him then. We've done everything we can for you, Luke.
Absolutely. Great little play there. You can see obviously bodies in motion there. Double suck pump.
It's
nice
a good
little
line.
switch. Yeah, great line.
The inside runner just held the fly half.
He did indeed.
And made the spat. But it's also reliant on the ball carrier, who I think was Save, noticing, because if the 10 has come to cover Luke, he's got to then give it even further inside. And what can Burnside do from a set piece? Straight to Eliippa. Just attacks the line, manages to get through, beats a couple, has one to beat, gets the offload away. Second offload is magical. Back inside. They're that close, they're 5 meters out. Immelman, Eliippa, inside ball.
South's right-hand wing is hobbling here.
Walton didn't quite get there. Lamsam shows. Then we'll give it to Wilkes. Wilkes on the inside to Lamsam.
Try time.
Lamsam will get over. First try of the game, and almost half an hour gone.
No.
No?
Oh, what? Was it called an offside?
No, he's given that.
No, he's giving it.
Yeah, he's marking out the kick. He's given that. That was just, it's the first time that we've seen Burnside put a good phase of play together and get the hands.
That would have been real awkward if he had called it up, because the right-hand assistant referee was running under the post before the try was awarded. So
I'm not entirely sure what. It's good work from Lamsam to get back onside. Good hands as well.
Yeah, clear and clear.
Yep, clearing away the tackle. Do you know, it's great to watch that in slow motion, isn't it? And realise that they're making those decisions at real time.
Absolutely. Made him Burnside with threatening in the phase previous to that. Those offloads, 3 offloads there on the eastern side of the pitch here. Whew. Or western side, sorry.
So Wilkes, who absolutely nailed his first one. It's a tougher kick for him.
yeah, he's good for about 40 metres, Ed Wilkes.
Looks good off the boot. Just didn't, I mean, that's where I said I would have started it. It just didn't come back. And Callum Walton got out of jail a little bit on that one. Yeah, Wilkes managing to hold his feet and drag in the second defender.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't think I've seen a game where Souths have been down this year, so this is a brand new experience for me, and I'm really intrigued to see how they go. Marshall will take that one easily. Sagari with the hit, penalty. It's an interesting one, because technically you're supposed to bind onto somebody when you rock, but if you're first there, what do you do?
Yeah, well, I mean, what did he? I think he called that penalty there for.
Not entirely sure.
Bully was over the ball.
Not releasing. Yeah, so
Yeah, correct.
Is
Yeah,
that what
Burnside
that,
not
is that
releasing.
what that one is?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so not releasing. So then, yeah, had hands on the ball, didn't survive the clean out, but he lifted the ball up to start with. So penalty 1.
Yeah.
You're not going to let that not survive in this clean-out go, are you?
No.
So Save will look to bring them back within 2 points. We'll have a look at it.
So you go, old Bully. 200 game today's. Comes a nice clear release. Hands on the ball. Lovely clean up.
Great clean-out. I thought he penalised the clean-out.
I thought there was probably a little bit quick to be able to call that one there on Bully. But hey, look,
I mean,
we'll be happy to take it for sure.
So Save will look to bring it back to 2 points on the Vortex scoreboard.
Got a great view of that shot from here in the commentary box.
About 35 metres out.
Yeah, never needed to start it at the right-hand post. That's just a straight-up pull. Stanojevic back into his charge-down duties.
Absolutely, high five. Put him up. See how his Oda can do.
I would like to see that replay again. I just saw it out the corner of my eye. If we get a chance, I want to see that replay again. We'll have a look at how long Mr. Marshall had hold of that ball, and even whether he actually fought Bully for it. Grabenchikov will bring it back.
Strong defense by Burnside.
Really strong. Isoa will go short to Bracken, who just gets a committee of Burnside players to deal with.
Good effort.
We're
there by
good again.
Ellis.
Offload to Tamai. Manages to sneak it through. Immelman again. Tidying up and tidying up. Well, they have to be careful. He just picked him up and let him go. Didn't get him over perpendicular, but you can't just let him go. Eliipa trying to get away from Brace. Doesn't get away from Brace. Stanojevic had hands on. Didn't quite win. Immelman again.
Oh, that was late.
Offloads to Green. Whistle goes. There's a couple of... There's just a little bit in it. So this is the one here.
Yeah. So
he goes down. That's incredibly quick if that's for holding on.
Yeah, it is for me. And look, that was in slow-mo too.
And it felt like, I think that's unlucky. But I didn't feel like it was for holding on. There's a yellow card for somebody. It's Tommy Klopf. For a shoulder charge, I think that was what he was showing. So that's the one you said was late, I think. The one on Immelman.
Yeah, he passed the ball. It was a good half a second, and then Leon's been cleaned out after it.
Here it is. No, it's not that one. Well, it was Save who did it.
Well, see, that one there from Save was nice and clean. Committed.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay.
Tommy Klopf coming in, leading with the arm.
He looks angry, but we could just show him the replay.
I don't think that'll help the situation just quietly.
No.
Are you sure we can't help the ref change his mind?
Oh, the ref's bang on that.
He was.
So they're a player down, at least, for the rest of this half. So Wilkes is going to look and see whether he's learned anything from the last one.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision to go for touch here, because if it's the South hooker that are off, so, if you go for a scrum and call it, you've got to have a front row to go through, then you've got to make a substitution, you've got to pull somebody else off, and therefore there is a space opened up somewhere on the field.
But I mean, in the past, I think in this season, the matches between Burnside and South's Premier Grade have been very close. One was a draw, one was by 2 points to Burnside. So, maybe there's a little bit of a psychological game here where Burnside are thinking, look, if we get the opportunity to take some points, let's take some points, and then obviously see how we go for the rest of the game.
It's always Andrew Mertens, isn't it? Accumulate, accumulate, accumulate.
So it's all right when a Kiwi says it.
Well, Kiwi score more points than the Wallabies, so it's understandable.
Yeah, well, that's true. They look clean, very nice.
Yeah, and especially as you get the ball back as well after scoring points. If you have a kicker who obviously is on form like Greg Wilkes is, anything kickable.
Yep, absolutely.
Just kick him to death. And a team like Souths they just won't be able to deal with penalty after penalty after penalty. That's not the game they want to play.
It's Ed Wilkes there, Dave, not Greg Wilkes.
I said Ed Wilkes, didn't I? Anyway.
We'll leave that one to the replay.
Kicker like Wilkes. High restart, and Brown has to come around the back and tidy up. Immelman. Clearance will go, a wobbly old kick, but it does the job. It's going to skip into the 22 and over the dead ball line. It's not going to go out, so it'll be a 22. That is either the most wonderfully weighted kick I've ever seen in my life or a little bit of good fortune.
Probably just a little bit of moisture on the ground now, starting to create a little bit of backspin when the ball hits instead of carrying on. I wish my golf shots did that.
Immelman again. We'll find Wilkes. Wilkes is looking like he just wants to put his head down and go. He's met by Bracken.
Wasn't much effort to roll away there by the tackler.
Marshall will send it on to Ellis. Immelman again. Quick hands out to Brown, and he won't keep it in. It's The sun is trying to come out over the top. It's been real spring weather today.
It has been indeed, and it's just grey clouds at the moment. So interesting play here at the moment, still between the teams. South's choosing not to compete at the rucks that much, but Burnside been very, very dominant in their cleanouts too.
They are, and Burnside are. So there's the change at hooker. He's already played a game today, Sanela. Did they bring him off early?
Yeah, they actually brought him on late. So I think he had about 10 to 20 minutes on the B grade at the last minutes. Love
the smile on his face.
Mate.
God, that boy loves playing rugby.
He absolutely does. Born and bred for it.
Front row substitution.
Yeah, this has been induced by the yellow card.
And again, an absolutely dominant scrum from the double blues. Zagari has to pick it up going backwards, but he then goes forward with interest. Wiggett. Isoa sends it out to Save. Nice hands inside. Gets man and ball, and Walton introduces himself to Save. Isoa picked up and driven. Great tackle from Walton and Ellis. Lamsow.
Yeah, come on, mate.
He will look like the most innocent person in the world when he gets up from that. Oh no, he's walked away quietly. I think he knows he did it.
Look, solid defense by Burnside all the way around here. South just need to basically change their structure a little bit and look to be able to get that one-off pass.
That's not gone, and Immelman's going to sit underneath it and find Wilkes. Wilkes will step Will as if he's not there, then get away from Bully Rua. Finally, the tackle comes across from Wiggett, but now they are behind, and Immelman will go. Immelman with nobody at home. Immelman will score. Burnside's second try of the day.
Good run by the halfback, good awareness, good sniping, just accelerated well down the open space. Well
really
done.
Strong. And all of that lead up from their fullback, just coming into the line, running with intent, with purpose. Bob, in and out, take the tackle. Halfback takes it.
Take a bow, Ed Wilkes, because that was absolutely outstanding. I mean, Wiggett put his body on the line, but they got so far behind the gain line that there was just nobody at home. Don't think he'll score many easier tries.
No.
Mr. Immelman.
He's deceptively quick as well. He has long levers.
I mean, Ed Wilkes will have looked up and seen two forwards lined up in front of him. I reckon he fancied his chances against the halfback as well, but Mr. Wiggett stood up. Yep, and very, very smart and very aware from Wiggett. So this is a big test for Souths, because starting to look like they're running away.
It is indeed, absolutely. Two and a half more minutes to go into the first half. Souths really need to change it up a lot. They need to start working as a team. They need to start being able to get those +1 offloads. Really start stretching Burnside a bit more.
Should be about 2.5 minutes to go before the game, before the half time. Which, scoring this late in the half always makes it hard as well.
Well, 18 points to 3, and from what was a very, very close opening half an hour, was blown out in the last 10 minutes.
Great thing about finals, bro. You can't we've got another half to go, but you can't count any team out.
No, but I think you're right. There has to be a big, big change in that South dressing room. A big test for the coach of the year coming up. Sanela absolutely welcomed himself to the game with Kira Brown.
Can South capitalise is the question.
Wiggett to Isoa. Oh, interesting looking pass to Gav Brace. Not Gav Brace, that's his dad.
That's right, on Sam. Kware Matiha, strong carry.
Well, he's dropped it. Well, they've got the penalty, so they're okay.
Oh, high tackle.
For a high shot. That's his second one of the day. Do they not like Sam or something?
It's hard, those high shots, when you go when the player's going in nice and low, do you know what I mean? And you're not quite able to get a lot lower than him, but you get your arms around his neck, boom. You just get caught out.
I wouldn't know, mate.
Yeah, it never happens. Never happens to me either.
I just bring a step ladder.
So they're going to go for points again, and I don't mind it. It shows that they're not desperate yet.
Yep.
Once again, just sends a message every time we come down here. We're going to walk away with points. Just puts a little bit of doubt in the opposition's mind.
Absolutely.
Well, if he wasn't kicking at 33%, I'd probably agree with you. He's just not been there today.
Oh, it's-
Mr. Wilkes on the other end of the board, I definitely agree with you, I think. But Save really needs to fix his kicking, otherwise you'd be happy to give him penalties anywhere.
Absolutely.
it's straight in front, so he's got his best opportunity. It could be the confidence boost he needs.
He snuck it in.
Just, yeah. Well, I heard a little bit of a curse there afterwards. Obviously not the cleanest stroke for him. Wasn't overly happy, but hey, still got the points.
Just needs to go back to basics. And the kicking will come. They're away again.
So just last play here.
Yep. That is an incredible take. So he lost it when he hit the ground.
Yeah. Put his body on the line on that
I'll
one,
tell you
didn't
what, that wouldn't look bad at Adelaide Oval tonight. Good him climb.
Taught his younger brother everything he knew.
That's it. I had no idea what was going on. Why is there a person over me? Wonderful athleticism.
In all honesty, though, if you weigh 55 kilos, it's not that hard to get off the ground.
True.
I would struggle.
Again, the Burnside scrum, but Sagari has done very well again. Offload to Isoa. Gets to halfway, another offload. Is that structured, unstructured play from Souths? Another high one, and it's again on Sam Brace.
It is indeed. Love to see that replay in regards to that contact. So Samurai here, look, nothing untoward, just a simple drive in. Maybe it was a contact beforehand.
Sam Rowe, sorry, I'm all over the place today.
Nice hands by Kware there.
Beats the first one as well. Croc roll gets rid of Samuel. Short ball.
Oh, that was a bit forward, that one.
That was more than a bit, but anyway, moving on.
Sambrook has made himself an absolute pest, and they've turned it over again, and Walton is just happy to put the ball to boot, and it's not going to go dead. Grabenchikov rolls away from the first one, finally finished off by Brown. Wiggett, Matiaha.
So just to give perspective, Callum kicked that probably from about 20, 22 metres infield, and that's actually blown back inside.
Oh, and Asawa gets away again. Can he get the pass out? No.
Intercepted by Winston.
This time it goes. Eliepu will kick it away. Half time, 18 points to 6. Points piled on late by Burnside after a really close start. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away. We'll be back with you for half number 2. So welcome back. Hurriedly again, the players decided they wanted to go before we did. Again, what happened to these 15-minute breaks, Tyrone?
Bro, I don't even know what these fellas are doing.
Well, I know South would have been keen to get back at it.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you wander over? Did you find anything out for us?
Yeah, no, look, the team are just focusing at the moment, just on the one percenters, getting their body height right, working as a unit, putting a bit more effort into it, and obviously trying to hit to the gaps. At the moment, obviously, Chris was just letting them know, look, we're running up too high, running too much directly into their bodies. So aim for those gaps and work from there.
There wasn't very many gaps, though. Burnside weren't giving you many gaps. And did you manage to find yourself over at the Burnside huddle, Bluey, or?
No, unfortunately, I went to the bar.
Oh, well.
Thanks, Blue, for that, Kroner. Good man.
Well, I would guess the message would be more of the same. Tamai will take from the back. Also likes to counter-attack, but slightly different to Wilkes. Wilkes went at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Isoa.
Great hands.
Down the line. Well, he just does very well to stay in. Still going into the 22. Immelman will have to come and deal with it. And that goes to absolutely no one, and Sam Rowe will have to go and get it.
Again, South's losing a good 10, 15 metres there.
Yeah, they're not giving Wiggett the time at the back. They'll just make a mess of everything. Bracken gets the offload away to Bully Ruarua. Penalty for offside again.
Yeah, just unlucky there for the old Burnside player, just coming through, just making that dominant tackle, and then just putting some hands on the halfback trying to get out there.
Yeah, I tell you, I've been very impressed. They just have not given. Because if you give Wiggett time at the back of a ruck, he can dictate play with the best of them.
Yeah, no, Burnside done really well at this stage.
They haven't allowed him to do it at all.
No, and South's forwards really haven't built that platform for him either, just to get some stability there.
So there's a change. Is there a change for South?
No, yeah, well, you got Tom Clough is back on.
Tommy Clough's back on, but they've just brought on the number 5.
Henry Williams? No, he's been on since the start. So I believe it's just a red card, just come back onto the field.
Yellow card.
The yellow card's just come back on, but
yep.
it was the number 5 who came back on. Tommy who's been on since half-time.
That would have been that would have been due to the interchange when the front row. Sinela's off.
Will have gone off.
Correct.
So another penalty, and Wilkes will not clear. Oh, a high hanging kick, and that's going to land, I think, outside the 22. Great chase as well. Walton does well to support, and then we'll send it into midfield, and they can clear. We'll find Tamai. Loves their counter-attack, does Hardy. And he find a gap. Yes, he can find a gap. Gets dragged down just on the 22. Wiggett now with a little bit of time to look. Klopf gets over the 22. Better clean out from South. Bracken manages to sleep it around the out the back to Matiaha. Blair Marshall manages to get out there. Eventually Klopf. Short ball to Will.
South showing a bit more intent around the rucks. Nice to see from the first half.
Little bit of an increase in tempo. I saw Matt again. He goes for gaps that don't exist anymore.
Sammy all over that ball. Oh, lucky.
Really well done. Well, that all became a little bit of a schmozzle.
Yeah, that was there, a little bit of an obstruction. And again, big shout out to Bully, number 6. You know, Bully, it's his 200th game, one of the nicest Fijian brothers that you'll ever meet.
Quiet, absolutely quiet, but I tell you what, chiseled out of granite, that boy.
It's a little bit unlucky there.
It is unlucky. There's been a couple of occasions where Bracken and Bully Ruarua just haven't been on the same page.
Burnside just nice and stable right now.
Their scrum is incredibly stable.
Very strong.
In fact, their set piece has been absolutely immaculate all day. The lineouts have been
clean, crisp.
They look pretty good in the warm-ups, just quietly.
Yeah, I was watching the warm-up lineouts and just how smooth it is and the timing. And Because they've had certainly a much more settled squad. It's been quite transient for South, hasn't it? There's been a lot of ins and outs and ups and downs. And
yeah, Chris's style has been very different this year, which has been really refreshing for South in regards to he's been able to
free
build
kick
a
to
squad.
South. Sagari's going to go and just put his head down and go at the first 5. Isoa. Sam Rowan again. There may have been a gap there when he started, but it closed pretty quickly. Tamai. Save, who's way out there on the wing, and Tamai kind of just passed him into a blind alley.
Mate, Burnside just got some really nice shape on their defense. Nice line speed, holding their line, all up together, and then executing those one-off-one tackles.
It's good connection as well between the inside and outside players.
Really good.
I mean, it's almost as if you can almost see them asking the South's players to take a gap. And then when they do, they close it.
They do indeed.
Close it really. They show them the gap, and they show them a gap that the South's players like. That little step back inside, and then they close it very, very quickly. Another great line out from Burnside. One went to Ellis, which is obviously the third line-out threat. Transition really well back to the back of the maul. Well, Bracken swum up the side. It's interesting not to see big Stevie stuck in the middle of that. He normally manages to get himself in good positions. It's a good challenge coming across from Bracken. Odell strong and manages to recycle that. So Naylor is back with us. And an offside.
Offside there, unlucky there. Mate, good start by Souths in regards to the second half there. Really put in some intensity, got some real intent in their contact.
Well, as good as Ed Wilkes has been for goal, he's been a bit shaky to touch, but that one, he just makes sure.
Burnside starting off very similar to what they did in the first half here, just absorbing, observing, just waiting and waiting and waiting.
There's somebody down his Callum Walterman back play. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen him on a live stream, and he went through a stage when we broadcast that every single time he'd end up with the worst head tape job ever. He'd have his nose taped up, his chin taped up. Maybe we should do that just for old time's sake.
I reckon. It helps improve his looks too, old Callum. Because he's only going to come back this season, hasn't he? Because he's been in New Zealand for the last couple of years. Yeah. I believe we caught up with our friend Fraser Watani in New Zealand and Auckland there, and I think they had a couple of good games and talks around rugby in New Zealand rugby. So obviously Callum's come back better for us.
There we go. That's what we normally see from Stevie. He's just stuck in the middle of it. Again, he's had to work his way out. It's the back of the ruck and back of the maul and in control. Sambrook keeps going. They've absolutely fractured Souths at the moment. Immelman. Out to Green. Green finds a little bit of a gap. Caught between two minds and then went. Will manage to drag him down. Immelman will lose it, but backwards, and then it will hit the floor. Penalty.
Yeah, you can't interfere with the halfback.
So a more comfortable side for Wilkes as the right footer.
Because I was going to say, I don't actually think I saw him actually intentionally interfere with the halfback there.
Different style of kick from Grabanchikov. He's certainly not as, I think I mentioned this last time, it's not a natural kicking style for him, is it?
No, left footer. So you got Big Stevie coming around.
There's a wonderful little moment between Steve and Samuel. There you go.
Yeah, old Sammy just came in a bit of a smile at him.
Yeah, a little bit of a tongue poke and a smile. Rugby is full of those little moments on the field, isn't it?
They're the best.
Off the top, Immelman. Well, a step back inside and door just opened up. Immelman again.
Looks like Louis Fagan's preparing to come on the field.
Somebody else's blood. Into midfield they go, Ellis. Big show and go, and then the offload to Lamsam. Strong again, and Isoa manages to get there. Bully-Rua and almost got hands on. Eliippa is through, shows a massive dummy, then will get away. Stanojevic tries to come across, doesn't get there. Will gets him. That's the 5 meter line. Lamsam sniffing. Can't quite get his second of the day. They're doing everything they can to hold him up. Sagari steals it. Penalty. Offside.
Offside.
Walton thinks about going, does go. Gets over the line, and Walton from 5 meters out was always going to be a big problem for Souths.
Good flicking off the mark there by O'Kellum.
There's an ominous feeling to this Burnside behaviour at the moment as the score pushes out to 23 points to 6. There is a business-like feel to how Burnside are going about this now. Eliippa absolutely outstanding, the big dummy. And there's a big step there.
Could have sold ice to an Eskimo with that pass.
Big, and the step was incredible.
Hence the reason why he got picked up as best back in the state league.
Yep.
Very well deserved, but I tell you what, it's almost a shame that we weren't live streaming Wednesday, because if you weren't there for Rhys Gerd's speech, I tell you what, not a dry eye in the house. So the big dummy got the camera operator as well, that's always fun, and then this massive step on Stanojevic turns him into a turnstile. Good job from Jake and Will to get back.
Jeff Bracken there just coming in from putting his hands on the offside position.
Marshall will pluck it out the sky. It's been a while since I've seen Blair Marshall on the full gallop. That's a sight to behold.
There's a good reason why he's moved from the backs to the forwards.
Not because of old age, is it?
Oh, that, yeah.
Oh, tell you what. No, has no one seen it? He's going to be lucky, you know. Who's your number 20?
Number 24.
This is a horrible challenge, Tyrone.
Yeah, Delanka.
That's an awful challenge. I'll take your silence as acquiescence.
No comment.
It's not the worst call that's been missed today, so it's all right. We'll move on.
Hello, Wesley. Nice pick up on the back of the rucks there, smashing through.
Again. So what have we got?
Offside.
Half an hour to go. Is that a sour and blood or Sagari and blood? Easy work from Big Callum.
It's Seaton Loftus from Burnside. He's got a bit of clout coming out of his nose.
It does indeed.
His nose or mouth? Is that a split lip?
So his nose, I think.
Oh yeah, that's definitely his nose. Well, she's a she's a gusher. Oh, hopefully we will get to see the old nose, the AFL nose tape job.
Seaton was brought on the field to replace Kira. It might look like Kira.
I think Kira's come back on, yeah. The blood replacement.
Well, you can't accuse him of faking it with that much blood.
No. Tamai will send it into the 22.
I think South need to start building some momentum. Otherwise, time will slip away quite quickly.
Yeah, no,
I
mean, I think it's about the time that they need to do something. Half, and that's what I was saying, 25 minutes gone. I'm just trying to look at body language at the moment. It's always hard to tell with Isera and Save because, tell you what, if they were any more laid back, they would both be lying down. So it's always really hard to tell with them. And I'm not really seeing too much cause for concern. From a Burnside point of view, they look very businesslike. They just look as if they just want to get the job done.
See, the thing is, Burnside they're not panicking.
No,
they're not trying to get further ahead. It's like just do the simple things right. Make the tackles, have clean set piece, control the ball, work your way up the field.
Set piece has been absolutely faultless.
Been strong.
Their ruck defence has been impressive. Their line defence has been impressive. Now, I am sure that somewhere coaches from old collegians and Brighton will be watching this, at least, if not today, at some point.
Now you got to just think there,
tomorrow.
that was just lucky, wasn't it? Just then. So you had Delanca there, went for a quick play of the ball. Looked like a little bit of a knock on from South, but again, the referee's a quarterback for a line out.
That is a huge amount of luck for South.
That throw looked as straight as a rainbow.
It's
Been stolen anyway by Walton, so Sambrook, Lamsam manages to get away from more than one. Sagari absolutely nailed it. Get weeks in the AFL for that. Oh, that was late. Green. And this is what I don't want to see.
It's starting to get ugly in this
And that's for me, that is the issue, is that Souths have that potential. We saw it in the reserve grade grand final last year. Souths, not the reserve grade, the Division 1 grand final last year, just have the ability to just start to lose their heads a little bit. And there is still a lot of time on this one. Save and Stanojevic really getting involved in stuff that they didn't really need to. Just a little bit of a face massage from Stevie.
Yeah, little one there.
It's just not necessary.
I mean, that's the type of player he is. He's not used to playing with 4 cameras on him. That's exactly the type of player that he is. I think they're talking to him about the challenge and the no arms. And there was a very late hit on Kyria as well as he came across. I think that one was from Isoa. Certainly wouldn't want to see... certainly don't want to see them implode, Tyrone.
No, absolutely not. And look, for all credit, I mean, the boys have played a really good season this year. From a discipline point of view, it's been fantastic in that regards there. Obviously, if they can just maintain that and finish it off and look, obviously, just focus on the key points.
Well, it was a big wake-up call for Sanela last year.
Very much so.
And apparently, by all accounts, he's been very well behaved this year.
He has indeed, the whole team.
Well, Stanojevic is...
He's changed.
There, he's managed to get himself through the middle.
He changed his mind on that one. Quite lucky to get away with it.
Oh, and just Eliippa just right at his bootlaces, but there's a penalty. I don't think he did get away with it.
Yeah, no, I don't think he did. I think Snoop got that one. Yep.
Coming in the side.
Souths need to hold their composure here.
I think they're just going to find themselves defending another line out here.
Well, if it's working, you go to it.
Yep.
Well, it's been working all day. From before the starting whistle, as you said, it's just been a well-oiled machine today. Walton has to go and get it. They tried to come around the side. Sanela got in the way.
Yep.
They are edging ever closer. That's the try line you can see just at the feet of the Souths players. Immelman, Walton, short ball. Enveloped by blue and red, but they haven't done enough work. And they will go over. A bit more of a celebration. There's a very popular try scorer in Zach Ellis.
He's done a great effort there, actually.
Well, I thought he was done for all money.
Man, well, great support by Burnside players from being able to come in, seeing that he caught up, but he still had up on his feet. They could be trapped in a more situation, but instead they decided to put their bodies on and drive it through and get him over the line.
Kieran Sandbrook with his lovely hairdo.
Which will hopefully be going when he raises enough money. I've been paying in as often as I can.
He could be a bit like Samson, you know. He gets his strength through his hair.
No, I've seen him with short hair and he was fine then.
So 30 points down, 30-6 to Burnside.
20 minutes to go.
20 minutes to go. What can Souths do? What can we do?
What's going to be really interesting, I'm really intrigued to see their body language as they come up for this kick and see whether they're up for the fight or whether they're, I don't want to say settling with finishing in the finals for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, look, I don't believe that they were definitely settling for it, but are they going to be a little bit quiet for the first couple of minutes and then wait for the last 5 to 10 minutes to be able to make a change or make a push?
No, and that's gone. Way out there. They need to aim at that right-hand post.
Oh, look, bodies are moving. Let's read into it. Burnside again, though, are standing there ready.
Yeah, it's just...
If they're going to do something, now's the time.
Absolutely, it has to be.
Yeah, they can't wait for 5 minutes. They just cannot wait for 5 minutes. They have to go.
Seton Loftus is back on the field. Kira's come back on as part of the blood replacement. And it looks like Lachlan English has also replaced Callum Moulton.
Oh, that's going to do well to get to 10. Oh, it's an absolute superb kick from Tamai.
Mate, happy to say you've actually got your AFL wrapping tape on that nose there for you.
Oh, excellent. There we go. Doesn't feel like a Burnside live stream with that one.
That's a high tackle there.
Arm is out for it. Marshall juggles it a couple of times, but gets it. Oh, it was ripped away from the tackle, but then come back for the high tackle.
It just shows composure here. Burnside taking the time to take the kick.
It's relentless. It's, I mean, they will not go away, will they? It's been very difficult to pick a weakness in this Burnside side today.
Yeah, absolutely, it has been. Mate, watching the replay again there, mate, it wasn't a hit-eye. No arms over the shoulders, no nothing. I think Souths were a little bit unfortunate there.
Well, there's all sorts of changes being rung in now.
There it is there. On Kieran, his arm comes up over the top of the shoulder. Seatbelt tackle.
Yep.
He came back over for one that was a while ago. Jacob will make his way off.
Had a great season, young Jacob Will.
Really good season.
Line out taken by Zach Ellis. Brought down. Once again, rolling maul.
Straight back to Sambrook.
Such a unneutralized move, the rolling maul, isn't it?
Well, we went through,
done right.
We went through a year where everybody was amazing at it.
Yep.
And it died off over the last couple of years, and Burnside seems to have brought it back.
That's a penalty for Paul diving off the feet. Someone snuck a lazy hand out at Leon then during his passing, but once the rolling maul's established, you can't legally bring it down. So
no,
you just got to stop it.
And you can't, because every time you get pushed off the side, you got to go all the way back around. And yeah, it's getting it right. And it appears that Burnside are getting it very, very right.
Have Burnside been actually employing the rolling maul regularly throughout the season?
I haven't seen much of Burnside this year, to be honest.
It's not Brumby-esque like in the rolling maul and the way that it's set up, but it's very, very effective in this competition.
Just waiting for the ball to come back. I think we're actually quite sheltered by the
club rooms.
The club rooms here, because that wind has definitely picked up. If you look at the, what are they called? Are they called beach flags, those things over there?
Eastern side of the pitch.
I don't think we can arch you, Dave, after flip-flops.
Sambrook inside the 5. Bracken's got to be careful. And there goes Sambrook, and that was inevitable. He's knocked it on.
Knocked it on.
Oh.
Yeah, unlucky there. We'd love to see if we can get a little bit of a close-up there.
Oh. We won't look too close.
So here we go here. So you've got Sonali, you've got Jeff Bracken coming through.
Oh,
no, he just lost it cold.
Yeah, he did lose it.
He did.
Place an argument that Bracken was interfering with him.
Here we go.
And he was illegal. Sagari wanted the advantage. He had coast to coast on his mind.
Mate, he was keen. As we all are when we've got the ball on our try line.
Yeah, he's super keen when the referee blows it up.
Yep.
So this is, I tell you what, this is a big moment for the South scrum as well, because, I mean, it almost feels kind of boring to say, but Burnside have been incredible from a scrummaging point of view as well. So this is danger area for...
Yeah, look, it is a danger area, you know. I mean, obviously Burnside have been very, very strong. The only thing I'm saying, because I'm South, you know, obviously they haven't won any tight heads yet. You know, so until you win a title,
Haven't
it can't
been
be
far
incredible.
off,
But
to
not
be
very.
fair.
Yeah, correct.
But having said that, you rely on your set piece. They've done set piece well. It's a foundation for everything else. So
Absolutely.
I mean, one of the highest compliments I can pay Burnside at the moment is this win has been almost boring. They've just everything they've done has looked incredibly easy. Even that from Wilkes, and Marshall just had to throw a hand at it to prevent it going forward.
But just on that as well, it's a 65-minute mark. A wayward pass by Burnside. You've got 2 players diving on it straight away to get to it. That's an amazing commitment.
They are a well-coached side again this year. For so many years, the bridesmaids. Strong runner, Wilkes, isn't he?
Now, is that a tattoo on his thigh?
I'm just trying to see what it is.
Yeah, it is a tattoo.
Of what?
Oh, I don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks wonderful. Oh,
Well,
drop cold.
there we go, and Sam Rowe will pick it up.
Mistake there by Jim Ryan, which is unusual.
Going to go back for the original knock on. I think they were okay with that one. That one was definitely out, but they're going to go back. I think that could be Immelman's day done.
Burnside number 17, Jim Ryan. He is very much Stephen Harper.
It's a kangaroo, is it?
Is it?
I think it's a kangaroo. Did
Is
he
it a
lose a bet
kangaroo?
or something? Because he's English, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say anything.
Did he lose a bet?
I'm not sure.
You know what? I'll say he lost a bet. Hard out.
That's a lovely photo of Seaton in the background there.
Yeah, look at that, eh?
Oh, it's,
Why would you do that, eh,
I
bro?
don't know. I mean, what was wrong with like the cotton wool and the Vaseline? What?
Straight up.
Sagari will have to go. Looked like a seatbelt tackle from Lamsam. There goes the arm.
Snoop's got it.
He's much closer than me, so he probably saw it. But Lamsam looks exasperated by it all.
Time's ticking away from CRC.
Yeah, it's
down to 14 minutes to go.
It is indeed.
It would be an incredible ask for them to come back from here, and I think our run of close games may be coming to an end. But what is this for the first time in, God, how many years?
No, I think we've put 4 years?
4 years since they've
4
been
years?
in the big top 4.
3 to 4.
Yeah, it's been a while. Certainly, that's been put in a horrible position. Certainly, since we've been broadcasting, Souths have never been in it, and we've.
No, we were in it with. I think we had one of the grand finals, one of the semis that were made for a grand final appearance when we played Onkers here at Onkers. We went into overtime. Remember that one?
A horrible position for him to end up in.
Here he comes.
Actually,
again.
actually looks a lot worse than it actually was. That side looks terrible, but from the front, it doesn't look as if he's been folded up that badly. But there's certainly, I mean, okay, so out of this 15 that's on the park and the blokes on the bench, how many you would expect to retain all of them?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you absolutely would. I mean, like I said, like Chris and the coaching staff and the committee itself have done a really good job in reforming and focusing on the culture.
But you don't become minor premiers by just being okay. So
That's true.
Burnside have shown, and the class has risen. But speaking of class rising, here goes Tamai. Tamai will have to step back inside, still looking for space. Finally, Green and Walton will bring him down. And then just fired at Isoa, and was not an easy ball to take.
South's having to march back after going forward. Always a difficult play.
Again, just huge
Solid defense.
defense.
Yeah.
Alison Walton absolutely destroying Sagari, who probably isn't used to that. And that one's lost from Stanojevic, and Lamsam tries to bound away. The offload to Walton.
Well, unlucky double lock on there.
I mean, we were talking about Walton being close to retirement when we first started doing these broadcasts. And he's still going.
Who, Callum Walton?
No, Chris Walton.
Oh, Chris.
There it is, the number 19, right there.
Great run from Hade Tumoy. Looking for support, looking in and out.
I know, please.
But again, Burnside, just great shape. Just not panicking,
No,
making the
they've never
dominant
looked
tackles.
like they've just not looked in trouble. The only sort of comparison I can make is it feels a little bit like the Star Wars Empire in its pomp. It just seemed to be too good. Ellis is going to go again and again. He makes, it's a big difference, isn't it? When they make yards, they make big chunks of yards.
Nice
Ran
work
away from his
there.
support a little bit. Stanojevic again. And this is what we don't want to see from Souths.
So here we go here. So Ozawa grabs that ball.
Wiggett comes in and finishes it off.
Straight over the ball.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. Why are people unhappy? That's why people are unhappy, Steve. That's well after the whistle. And this is what we're talking about. You know, they can't let their heads go.
Yeah,
There's still 10 minutes to play.
it is.
I mean, I get it. And it's a very old, you remember the very old sayings, I don't know how long ago you were all playing rugby, but lose the match, win the fight used to be a thing that,
Oh,
that's old school.
yeah, well, yeah.
But it does seem to sneak into Souths every now and again.
It does,
I think
it
that's
does.
the point I'm trying to make.
Yep, no, it does. Well, and it did dominate us for a long time, you know. So obviously, yeah, it's still in there.
I mean,
but
and as
slowly give it out.
recently as what, 2 years ago with that Woodville Division 1 Grand Final? Was that last year or the year before?
No, that was last year.
Last year. People red carded, and it was both sides kind of ended up in that position.
Yep.
So not straight from St Naylor, and that's going to allow Burnside to scrummage. Yeah, that wind is not great for the hookers. Ed Wilkes there. An absolutely outstanding game today, Ed Wilkes.
Just a game in generally, like it hasn't been a flash game. It hasn't been an overly dominant game, but it's just like Burnside at this point in time. We're just doing those simple things correct.
It's just a matter of who's made the less mistakes.
Well, this set piece has been absolutely, sorry to pull you up, but set piece has been absolutely dominant.
It's been dominant.
Defensively, they've been
Strong.
they've been faultless because there's only 2 penalties on there. It is an absolutely dominant performance from. And then they do that. That's a bit of commentator's curse. So they left it behind. Wilkes just overran Eliapet. I do like having your main playmaker at 12.
Yeah, nice actually. Pushes it out a little bit further. Makes the backline think a bit more.
Oh, you've got to do it. You've got to have 2 playmakers in a team, whether it's your 10 and 12, 10, 15, 9 and 10.
It would appear, though, you've got 9, 10, 12, and 15 at the moment.
Oh, I said 2, but we'll take 4.
I mean,
I was going to say, hey, don't give them too much, bro. Would you? Nice scrum by Souths.
I think the most solid that we've seen at short ball to row.
Burnside staying off the ruck.
Which is a change from half time, isn't it? For the first half, they just disrupted everything.
I think they have a different defensive pattern in their 22. You know what I mean? In their 22, they mark up, sign up, mark up, defend.
Oh, strong. Gets to the 5. He hasn't lost it forward. They're still going to be able to go. There's a big whistle penalty. I think you start to see the body language change now. There's 6.5 minutes to go. It's going to be, I'm going to call it now, it's impossible. It is time for Chris to probably start looking at next year. And I think there's a huge amount of good that comes from this year, Tyrone. On and off the field.
Absolutely, bro. 100%. Look, so proud of from everyone at Souths. They've all done such a great job. Coaches, managers, supporters. It has been a real pleasure this year.
It's a strong run.
Look at that.
Yeah. Chris Walton was seen away as well. And not many people get rid of Fraser Green that easily. He was on the way down, but he still managed to get rid of him. And we look forward to being hosted by you next week.
Yes, absolutely. Looking forward to having you all at South Rugby.
We will be live streaming it for those who are out of state and out of country. If you are in state, please come and join us. Hopefully the weather will be good, but even if it isn't, wonderful place to watch rugby.
Is tomorrow being live streamed as well?
It is, yes. I won't be here tomorrow, unfortunately. I have other commitments. But we will leave you in the hands of somebody very capable. I'll be back with you next week. Tomorrow, of course, is Brighton taking on Old Collegians in the men's, and the women's is Burnside taking on
Souths.
So still got some skin in the game. Folks just having an exchange of pleasantries as well. 5 minutes to go in this one, and for Burnside, it is now time to look for next week. I'm sure they can relax and watch tomorrow and work out who they're playing. They've got the extra day of rest, but in this form, you'd take anybody, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, like I think Tom Hankey's already started looking to the future in the for next week. He's made a few substitutions already to give people time to recover.
So potentially you would have third grade, reserve grade. Third grade and reserve grade are already in grand finals.
Yes.
Premiers have got 1 foot in, and you may as well, you know, put the other foot in there. And there is potentially your women can get there as well, which will be an incredible achievement for Burnside Rugby Club to get all senior teams into the finals, into the grand final.
Yeah, we had a couple of junior grades playing today as well in the 12s and the 16s. Unfortunately, they went down. 18s play again tomorrow as well, so.
Another penalty, they're going to come out 5. Sagari wants to go, he scores it, and Snoop will bring them back, not happy from where it was played. Be nice to see them get a try. He's going to have another go. They won't expect it again.
No, never. Jeff Bracken.
Bracken gets there. There you go. Jeff Bracken gets over, an absolute favourite of South's. I didn't recognise him, you know, before because he's had his haircut.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, well, he's had a couple of years off due to concussion. Obviously, he's got such a big engine in it, or has always had a big engine in his playing career, and obviously sometimes putting his head in the wrong spot. But this year, been a welcome return to have him back at the club and on the field.
Yeah, just a missed shot there by Kieran Brown.
Yeah, he tried to throw the big one on, didn't he, rather than just making the tackle. And Save will knock it over.
South's taking a little bit of pride on that last one there, trying to finish the game with a little bit of mana there.
Yeah, this is Kiro looking for the big shot. And
Jeff Bracken looking at the ball thinking, did I score it? Did I score it?
I wonder when the last time he scored a try was. I can't imagine he's prolific.
No, he's not like us, you know.
Saves him from the nerdy run, though.
Yeah, it does.
So Eliopa will just drive it long into the setting sun over there. Sagari. He's never going to take a step back, is he?
No, he hasn't. And he hasn't all season.
I don't know whether, you know, this is the time that you just forget the score and you just play rugby. Sinela manages to fight his way through. Sagari again gets his hands on. The offload nearly killed his teammate. Stolen, though. Well, if that's not in the side, I don't know what is. There goes the
Yep, now Snoop's got it.
Eliopa trying to shake his way through. Takes 2 to bring him down. Max Hurdell will try and find a way through. Save's got him.
Solid clean-ups by Burnside.
Yeah, it's twice. That's another one in the side and hands on. It's all very messy. There we go. Oh, he's gone. Eliopa will go. That is a great finish.
That's a good dive as well. I'll give him a 6.5 for that.
Well, I'm going to reserve judgment until I see it. I only saw it out the corner of my eye, so I'm very, very specific on my finishing dives.
Looks great awareness by the bro.
Untouched.
Nah, bro. That's probably more like a 4, bro.
Yeah, see, for it to be a 6, you've got to finish chest first.
And he'd be flatlined too, bro. His legs are still low to the ground.
This is the one. This is the one that will show us.
I gave it a 6. He got plenty of hang time though.
It's not about. It's not just about hang time.
Nah.
Yes, knee hits first.
Tough crowd.
No, well, I told you I'm very specific on my finishing dives. They've got to be right. In that circumstance, what I would like to do is keep going, put the ball down. In the rugby league one, where you put the ball down and keep going over the top of it.
Fly.
I've been happy with that.
That's a bit like Greg English doing his go-winner celebrations and stuff like that.
It is.
Yeah, very, very specific on my finishing dives. We've seen some absolute shockers. I mean, it's up there. It's one of the better ones.
It's good. Well, look,
it is good, but it's just not great. Expect more from the best back.
You'd expect this to be the last play of the game?
Yeah, I can't imagine this going too much longer.
Are Burnside going to run it out? Are they going to play rugby or are they going to kick it out?
I mean, if it was me, you got a grand final next week. Just get rid of it and start your rest.
Man, if it was me, I'd just say, just keep running, bro. Keep playing.
Yeah, I know. Well,
yeah, but you're not the one with the ball.
well, he's gone middle of the park.
Yep.
So they don't want it out.
Had it to my Alro and Jeff already there. Oh, Jeff the fullback, eh?
Oh, Jeff, it's just smart, isn't it? Just in the right place. Can read the game. Oh, there he goes. Off we go, Jeffy. Oh, he's done very well. He's broken a tackle. Nail it. Flat ball to Sarvek. Oh,
playing on there, playing advantage.
Yeah, they're away. Sagari's got numbers. Oh, that'll be that, you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now they're going to come back for the deliberate knockdown.
Yes.
Oh, we're still going. Bonus rugby, ladies and gentlemen. Naylor just pointed to Burnside to say, ha, you thought I was going. And not one Burnside player was looking at him.
That's right. Yeah, Sarve, yeah. A little bit of a tap down.
Yeah. It's not the worst I've seen. He genuinely was making an effort. So they'll get to take the line up. That's a wonderful moment. I love Sanela. I'll tell you what, there's been a couple of players. The fullback for all collegians women just enjoyed a rugby, played the entire game with a smile on her face. Sanela is exactly the same.
He is very
good. My favourite people in rugby. Line-up will go Southway. They're still going to knock at the door. It's beat a couple. And another one. Oh, Bracken was there for his brace, but Lamsam is desperately trying to get out to touch. I can't imagine this going anywhere than out. Oh, no, they're still going.
Good on them.
Have they not looked at the clock?
Nah, keep playing, eh?
Can somebody please take control? No, we're still going to go. High one from Walton, so we're still not going to be finished. He's still going, though, the youngster. Oh, and the offload. Into the 22.
We did have a fair bit of stoppage time with the blood, so whether or not he's playing on him, we're coming
not sure
up to
whether
the
that
final
one's
stage.
been stopping, though.
Nah, it hasn't at all.
A little bit of push and shove there. Big Stevie holding this down there.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, Walton and Stevie. I mean, they're both giving as good as they get, aren't they?
Oh, they always do, those two.
Who's that came flying in from the side? It's Blair Marshall. Still going to be South's ball.
That's a good low chopping tackle.
Penalty again. He's off again. Is he going to get there? Not this time.
Short. Sanala.
Walton again.
Oh.
Stolen. Sunbrook has stolen it. Surely now. There we go. And that will do it. And very businesslike Burnside move on to the grand final. South's 2021 comes to a close. But my word, there's a lot for them to be proud of.
Absolutely.
And it is onwards and upwards for the men from Parkinson. They will take whoever they take. ladies and gentlemen, from a beautifully sun-setting Wilfred Taylor Reserve. Like I said, I will not see you tomorrow. I will see you next week for the grand final. Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely pleasure to be with you all, and we will speak to you again soon.